So here's the thing, Zenless Zone Zero needs to change this one specific thing, and if they do, it'll definitely change up the gacha scene for the better. Alright, so listen, I always feel like I need to throw a disclaimer out for these sort of video topics that give out constructive criticism towards the game. I feel like if I don't, people will just read the title and or listen to 1 minute of the video and just straight up bash it without no context. So please, if you have the time, watch through the whole video, then feel free to give your thoughts and opinions at the end in the comment section. Now, I think we're all aware that ZZZ isn't in the greatest spot right now. It has a small to mid-sized community that the devs are trying to repopulate patch after patch, showing that their game isn't the same game since launch, and to come back and give it another shot. But nonetheless, this game was written off by a lot of people at launch. A lot of people had different expectations for the game that wasn't met, mixed in with a few major key components of the game that the fanbase didn't really want or ask for, and it was a recipe for disaster. Now, credit to the devs, because within each patch, they have been reconstructing the game into a game that the players want. They've taken feedback after feedback and slowly but surely starting to turn a new leaf for ZZZ. As a person who was one of those people that written off ZZZ at launch, but came back and was able to see how it changed for the better, I can confidently say that ZZZ is currently my favorite gacha out right now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But that doesn't stop me from envisioning a game that can be better than what we have right now. It doesn't stop me from wanting to put out my thoughts on how the game can improve. Now, my one and only major change I want and think needs to happen in ZZZ that should be implemented now or in 2.0 of ZZZ is a total reconstruction of their combat. Now, hold on a minute, let me cook here. But just a quick side note before we get into the real meat of this video, I just want to say you guys absolutely destroyed the last video I created, and it honestly made me go to bed with the biggest smile on my face. So thank you guys so much. For those of you that trusted me with your sub, I promise to not let you guys down. Let's set up a 3 sub goal for this video, and honestly, that's enough yapping. Let's just get into this. You can easily say that there's nothing inherently wrong with their combat as it is right now. It's flashy, characters feel fun to use, characters hit hard, everything's great. But I tend to disagree just a tad bit. See, I feel like ZZZ can easily be compared to Honkai Impact 3rd. They share a ton of similarities, and I think their most comparable aspect is their combat. They're both an arena combat focused gacha game. Now, what Honkai Impact 3rd has that ZZZ doesn't is they provide us with the characters that actually require you to use 0.5% of your brain power. If you were to go into any endgame content in Honkai Impact 3rd and just button mash one button, good luck in clearing, buddy. Their characters come with a decently well-made kit that requires you to do a bit of thinking when it comes to combat. That's something that ZZZ lacks, and I think that if they were able to implement this kind of combat style into ZZZ, it would draw a lot more people back to the game and keep your current audience wanting to play more. Now, I'm very much so aware that there are specific characters in the game that you can implement tech on to make the gameplay, I guess, a bit harder and to make it more fun, but I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't even about to do all that. If complex characters ain't in the game, I'm not gonna put myself at a disadvantage just to make the game harder and more enjoyable for myself. It's like when people were handicapping themselves in Genshin Impact to clear Abyss because just regularly clearing Abyss was just too boring. If the devs don't want to put it in the game, I'm gonna just clear the content the way it was intended to be cleared and take my free pulls and skedaddle. But there's too much potential with how in depth the devs can go with the combat in ZZZ for them to just not give it a shot. Honestly, in my heart, I want to believe that in the near future, we're going to see a massive change in the gameplay and meta of ZZZ, most likely in 2.0. Typically in Hoyoverse games, we don't see huge meta changes or really any OP characters that change the norm for us until 2.0 of the game. So I'm gonna be patient and wait till that time. Now, if the game were to stay as it is right now and never change, I'll be fine with that too. I can still play ZZZ and enjoy it without sticking around hoping something changes. I'm fine with how the way it is right now. If complex and hardcore is what I'm looking for, I'll find it within another gacha game while playing ZZZ. I think the devs have been great so far, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I fully expect to see a change for the better with their combat down the line. With Miyabi right around the corner, I'm hoping to see a change in the right direction with her kit, but who knows, only time can tell. But one thing I know for sure is when and if this gets implemented, it'll definitely change up the current top dogs in the gacha scene. I could see ZZZ even rivaling their big brother HSR and even Wuthering Waves. But I would like to make one last note that ZZZ is fine where it is right now. I'm not complaining. It is what it is, but it will definitely put them back on the map if they start to implement this. But I think I yapped you guys' ear off long enough. As always, for the folks that stayed around, I genuinely want to hear your opinion on this take. Do you agree with ZZZ needing to change up their combat style from just being a button mashing gacha game to a game that requires a bit more skill to fully master a character's kit? Or do you think it's fine the way it is? I also like to say I can take any criticism, so if you have any, please share. It'll help me become a better content creator down the line. Thank you all for stopping by. Take care of yourself, stay blessed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.